Hello, MBT staff. Theme of the week this week is going to be defense. This first drill is a lateral shuffle drill into a closeout at the end. And then at the end, you're going to grab that ball you see on the chair, reverse pivot, and then you can make any move out of it that you see fit with your group. But as far as the footwork on these shuffles, I'm going to explain it a bit. Watch as I get my back foot replaced right in the center of my frame here. You see my left foot replaced under my body. Now I'm going to almost skater jump laterally, point my front foot or my right foot towards the area I'm trying to get to in a real game to beat the offensive player to a spot. The spots you're going to be closing to or shuffling to in this drill are block, first hash, second hash, third hash to the elbow. And then now you're going to close out with high hands, low feet, grab the ball, reverse pivot, and then at the end, you'll see me do a shimmy into a Pinoy step. The focus is the slides on defense, the closeout, and the pivot turns it into offense right at the end just to keep the kids moving. Replace that back foot, skater jump, push out to the front foot, low body, high hands on the closeout. You would hope that the player does a little more effort than that player just did. He gives a little better effort on this one. The only difference is instead on the closeout, he goes to an inside hand finish. Just a nice warm up to get the kids moving, get their footwork locked in, both defensively and offensively. On this next one, if you have a younger group, you start as the coach on offense at the elbow. The kids can start in the middle of the lane on defense. I had an older group of kids, so I did it a little more advanced. I was at 3, kids are at the elbow. At the end of the day, what this drill is a closeout with high hands, low body, chopping their feet. But instead of forcing me baseline, which most team coaches will teach as the season gets going, so honestly make a point of that to the kids, they're actually going to round me out with their outside foot. So this player's left foot. He's going to round me out, and he's going to get his chest on my body. You see how low he is. You see the great stance, and you see his chest facing my chest. That just means he has me squared up. Now he's going to push off that left foot, and the defensive mindset is kind of how Michael Jordan teaches it, where if you get beat on defense and you need to shuffle quick, you use your front hip, you do a cross step, and you try to bump that offensive player off their line. So you'll see the player push off that left leg and then cross his body with that left leg while keeping his chest forward. He's keeping his eyes on me as well, but that first step is what we're focusing on, chopping on the closeout, and then the first shuffle step and turning and running, getting that hip across, trying to bump the offensive player offline. Now from here, it turns to an offensive drill where they face me, catch ball, set their feet, and hit their shot. But again, it starts with the closeout. This player should have had higher hands, but then that cross step is big. See how quickly they can get from the closeout to the cross step and then set their feet, hit the shot. Closeout, cross step, that's your focus. Closeout, cross step. You see a couple good reps there. And then after that, it switches to the offensive focus. Closeout, cross step. Now I'm on offense, catch and shoot. Defense, closeout, cross step. Offense, face ball, catch and shoot. You can do first player to 5 swishes. That's what I did there. Now we're moving into some live drills because the best defense is figured out by playing live. You can do first player to 3 stops in a row for this drill to get good at it. You see the blue dot on the floor, and then you see the chair to tap. What we're mocking is this player gets beat on the drive a little bit, so we're teaching that turn and run where they chuck with their hip. So this player's left hip is hopefully bumping this player off the line. The offense and defensive player need to get to the blue dot. Once the offensive player gets to the blue dot, they pass. The defensive player needs to go shuffle and touch the chair as quickly as they can and then close back out. So it's a full effort defensive drill. And now you'll see a good rep where he closes out, flips his hips, and gets back on defense. We'll have a couple of these. Offense gets the blue dot and tries to respace as quickly as possible. The passer gives it back right away. You see the defense there do a great job of getting that extra little slide and touch, closing back out with effort. High hands gets a contest on that shot. The offense definitely has an advantage in this drill. The defense has to give great effort. And again, first player to get 3 stops like you see here is the winner. That extra slide and touch, full effort, close out full speed. Try not to jump like that player did. Now, this last drill is a little more detailed. I did it with older kids, but for younger kids, you can move this a little closer. Defense under the rim, offense on the wing or the corner. You'll see I have these players playing out of a drift. That's more high-level thinking. Whereas the baseline drive happens that you see me as the coach doing, they're going to swing that drift pass to the opposite corner. That is the closeout we are working on. I advanced it where the kids were closing out from the opposite slot and wing instead of just in the corner because we're acting like the opposite wing offensive player drifted from the wing to the corner on my corner attack. If you have any questions about this, please just contact me and ask a few questions. But at the end of the day, What the wing defender is supposed to do is drop, close out, high hands, and get a stop. The offense had a 3-dribble max. You see a great rep right there defensively. And then the final rep, you see that player close out with high hands, get a stop, get a poke out of bounds, and then the claps, the effort, the intensity at the end is my favorite part. Again, if you have any questions